told him. Yeah. Good evening. We are returning from a brief recess for an executive session. We're reconvening at 7:42 p.m. I would go back to the continuation of testimony and offer anybody here an opportunity to offer any closing comments before we render a decision. Linda, if you could state your name and address for the record, and then I have to swear you in.
My name is Linda Brackett, 26 Hidden Valley Drive in Rainham, and I'm the Assistant Animal Control Officer.
Thank you. Linda, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you. You're sworn in. Please go ahead.
Okay. On the 25th, I went to the Lakeville Animal Shelter to drop off medication for another dog, and I saw this dog when I was there. It was very aggressive. I just walked by. There was a board in front of his cage because they were afraid of anybody walking by and putting their fingers in. And he was up against the board, and he was like pushing at it, and he was just growling and showing his teeth. And I did take a video of it, and he was pretty aggressive. And this was 3 days later.
Okay. Do you want to allow us a viewing of that so it can be entered for the record?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
You just want to push that.
Sure.
Hey, you want to play?
And that's the assistant, Lakeville Animal Assistant Officer speaking.
Right, Papa. You don't want to play? Hey, Papa. Hi, good boy. Oh, look at those pearly whites. Hi, Papa. Pearly white. Hi, Bubba.
Thanks.
Thank you, Linda. Any other questions or comments before we go to the board for discussion and a decision?
Can you showing videos? Do you want? I have a ton of awesome videos of this.
Like I told you, ma'am, if there's something you want to present, now's your opportunity. That opportunity was given to everybody here.
Well, listen. The dog's still a puppy. It's never hurt anybody before. This is the first event. We're blown away by this. Like I said, we weren't there. I literally am blown away by this. I'm blown away that he was even growling. All I can think of is because he's scared. He's probably petrified. You know, being hit by a bat. I don't know. This is the first time, and I just hope that you consider that this is the first time, and that he's not coming back to my house as Kim suggests. He's going with someone else, and yeah, he hasn't been neutered yet. They say that's a big thing for dogs. After they get neutered, they calm down a little bit. I don't know. You know, I've always had girl dogs. That's all. I just, you know, and then, like, I can show you videos of this dog since it was a puppy with my little 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds, 7-year-olds. And it'll look like, you know, I have a bunch of them. And you'll see that. I don't know what happened.
Okay.
What's that?
Yeah, please.
When I arrived to the incident or whatever, I asked if I could, you know, see my dog in the back of the cruiser or whatever you want to call it, his animal control, just to see if he did go completely crazy. But I went in, he started wagging his tail, I was petting him, he was perfectly fine. He did look very scared, but he was wagging his tail and he was perfectly fine. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else wish to make any comments at this time? No? I'll turn it over to the board for discussion and a determination. Ms. Roberts?
So the dog's never been aggressive before?
Absolutely not. My kids pull its tail, poke him in the eye. You mean, we're talking about a 3-year-old, now she's 4 now. We've had the dog for a year, from her 3 to 4, and my other one from 6 to 7. And I know people have that stereotype, and I don't even know why I said that. I don't understand the whole thing. I think that dogs are how you raise them. I am a little shocked by this. I heard him growl like that. I don't know. All I can think of is that he was scared. I've never seen anything like that. Yeah, he does. He's always been a little scared. My sister brings her two little, what do you call those dogs? Boston Terriers, and he pees all over the place.
Ms. Roberts, any other comments?
Not at the moment.
Mrs. Smith?
I have a great deal of concern regarding this. Twice I've heard that the dog was hit by a baseball bat. Who hit this dog, and did anybody see anybody hit this dog?
No, nobody here saw it. Like I said, I don't know the extent. My husband did get it when he went out to go help his dad try to get the dog off him, again, to basically keep distance from the dog. Nobody saw what exactly happened. And the two people that did are not here.
Well, that's unfortunate that they are not, because that's...
Well, my husband was one of them, and he's in detox, if that tells you anything. He'd be useless anyway, so I didn't remember.
I don't know, I think what we have to make a determination on, if this is a discussion between the board, I think we have to make a determination whether this is a dangerous dog or this is just a nuisance dog.
I think to set a baseline for the board and for the audience, both here and at home, the first thing is I just want to clarify some of the comments. Some of the testimony presented here, in my estimation, is hearsay. We have nobody here that witnessed the dog being hit by a bat. And while everybody's entitled to offer their opinions, we have to take only what is in fact right now. And so while the dog may have been hit by a bat, my determination is that we cannot take that as part of our consideration when making this. The second thing I just want to state for the record, and I don't believe you said it as an insinuation, ma'am, but we are not making any determination based upon the breed of the dog. We're making a determination based upon the behavior of the dog and the events that took place that evening and subsequent to that evening, not in any way, shape, or form because of the breed of the dog. So I want to set those two as baselines. And at this point, we have an obligation and a duty to make a determination as to how we want to proceed with the animal, consistent with General Laws, Chapter 140, Section 157. I also want to stipulate, for reference, as the board knows, we cannot order the dog be moved to a separate town, and so while we do have an offer on the table to relocate the animal, we cannot issue an order to such, which would, technically speaking, allow the dog to come back, not only into Rainham, but into the neighborhood. And we've heard the testimony this evening from two of the victims' family members offering that she is not comfortable with the dog returning to the neighborhood. In my estimation, we narrow it down to two potentials. One is Section B, a nuisance dog, or Section C, which is a dangerous dog. I would open that up to the board, and based upon how the board wants to proceed, we can outline what we have for options once that determination is made.
Well, due to the fact that the dog was, according to police reports and according to animal control reports, the dog wasn't defending himself. The dog aggressively went out and did what he had to do. He bit people. We can't have that. Can't have that. I fear that there's no way to safely contain the dog. How could it be monitored?
If you're going to speak, you have to be recognized. You can't speak from the audience. You haven't given testimony, and in a minute, I'll go back to the public.
Given that as a factor, I would deem the dog to be a dangerous dog, and there are, if you want to go through that process,
Sure.
go through that
Yeah,
process.
I'll first, I think, do it in two parts, Counselor. One, the deeming it dangerous, and then two, we'll have a discussion on that. Yes. I'll entertain that as a motion.
Yes, sir.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. The dog has been deemed dangerous. Before we go to any orders, I'll, out of courtesy, allow the
Absolutely.
limited additional public comment. Please.
I just wanted to, and you gotta also remember that the dog definitely showed restraint in biting these people. He didn't bite, he could have done some serious damage if he really wanted to hurt somebody, don't you think? I mean, we're
bite
talking
is
about
a
little
bite.
flesh wounds here.
A bite is a
It
bite.
it's a
Aggressively bit.
My friends, what about the dogs that bite if you cut their nails, or dogs bite all the time? My son's been bit 3 times, and the dogs didn't get, dogs bite. I have a Chihuahua that I know that bites on a regular basis to hurt people.
Well, why do you keep such a dog?
It's not my dog. I don't have a Chihuahua. I would never have a Chihuahua.
Okay. Sir, did you want to add any comment? This will be the last time I'm allowing public comment, so, go ahead.
Even though that the dog would not be living with me, like I said, I work 45 hours a week. I already bought a 10x7 cage. I'm willing to spend any money. I'm willing to get the dog neutered. I'm willing to do the situation does look bad, but I'm telling you, this dog is not like this at all.
Okay.
At all.
Thank you. I can sympathize. I think all of us are either have been or are animal owners, and it's a challenging situation, I think, for all of us personally. I've been on this board 10 years, and I've never had to deal with something like this. It's something I think all of us wish we did not have to deal with. But the facts are the facts, and we have an issue in front of us, and I would have to respectfully disagree with the characterization on the type of bite. By all accounts, this was an aggressive attack and an aggressive bite, and not as a matter of the dog attempting to defend himself, his owners, or his property. And I think, to me, those are the most glaring issues we have in front of us. And in addition to that, it was not one attack, but 3 attacks on 3 different individuals in the same evening, after multiple people tried restraining the dog, one of which being one of the dog's owners. It's challenging, and in any decision like this, I think we try to base all the facts and make a decision that is in the public's best interest. And as a result of that, we have deemed the dog to be a dangerous dog, and now we have options to deal with the determination, which include additional insurance, safeguards to the property, muzzling the dog humanely, and also humanely euthanizing the dog. And so at this time, I'll turn it back over to the board for a motion and comment.
Well, this is extremely difficult. Anybody who knows or has been to my house knows I have dogs. I have big dogs. They don't bite. They're not aggressive. But if they were, I would have no other choice but to put them down, because I could not comfortably sleep at night knowing that this dog was an aggressive animal like that and could do some serious harm to an adult or a child, especially a child. We have seen many pictures and many comments on the news of dogs who have attacked, and it's not pretty. It's not pretty. I don't know as you could confine the dog. That's not humane to confine a dog. It's not humane to keep a dog muzzled. It's against their nature to have these things done. I think in a case like this, where it's a safe bet the dog's going to bite again. Watching videos, listening to testimony, it is a safe thing that the dog is going to bite again. My suggestion would be that the dog be humanely euthanized.
Is that a motion, Mrs. Smith?
It is.
Ms. Roberts?
Second.
All in favor?
Regretfully.
I think just to sum that up, based upon the feedback we've received here this evening, the testimony, oral and written, and as a result of the numerous attacks by the dog on one evening, the motion here this evening is to humanely euthanize the dog. And for notification purposes, within 10 days after the order has been issued, under subsections A to C, inclusive, the owner or keeper of a dog may bring a petition into the district court within the judicial district in which the order relative to the dog was issued, or where the dog is owned or kept, addressed to the justice of the court, praying that the order be reviewed by the court or a magistrate of the court. After notice to all parties, the magistrate shall, under Section 62C of Chapter 221, review the order of the hearing authority, hear with the witnesses, and inform the order, unless it shall appear that it was made without proper cause or in bad faith, in which case the order shall be reversed. The party shall have the right to request a de novo hearing on the complaint before a justice of the court. Okay, so ordered, and the hearing is adjourned. Thank you all. Back to our agenda. We have no other correspondence this evening. There is no press present this evening, no emergency business, no longer any members of the community present. I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Before you adjourn, may I address the board?
Yes, please.
I think it might make sense for me to draft the order.
Yes, please.
You sign it at the next Selectmen's meeting.
Yeah. Well, we can designate Randy to sign it on our behalf. Council.
However you folks wish to handle it.
I'll entertain a motion.
Yes, second.
I'll draft something so you have it at the
Okay.
beginning of next week.
All right, and we'll...
Does that make sense?
Sure. And we'll grant Randy authority to execute your letter. Anything else before the board?
No, move to adjourn. Pay the bills, no business to be conducted after.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you.